as a teacher, in many times we want to check whether our students really access the course materials that we put or not. So we have a very great feature in Moodle here, the activity completions box on the right side of each item, that will tell us whether our student already access our file or not, or doing the assignment or not. And it is very easy to check in the activity completion report that we will check after this. So what is this activity completions box? You can hover on this. You can see that there is a slight difference between the first completion box and the second completion box. That's what we will see in the tutorial. So the first one, the solid line box, is a box that can be set or that can be marked manually by the students. Okay, so the subject here is students, and the second is the dotted line box, that the system marks this item complete according to conditions. For example, the conditions is the students have to really see the file to be checked complete by the system. So that's the difference. The first one is checked by the students, it's herself or himself, and the second one is the system that will mark this item complete. So how we set this, I will show you the example for the third item here. For example, the class introduction, I want to set this. I want the system to really check whether my students really click on the class introduction or not. So I can just go directly to the activity completion and set the completion tracking. By default, it will be set to students can manually mark the activity as completed. But if we want the system to check it for us as teachers, we can just click show activity as complete when conditions are met, and the conditions is this, that students must view this activity to complete. So that really makes sense. They have to view it, and then they can be marked as complete. Okay, so here we can see that the class introduction page has been changed to dotted line box here. So what is the difference? What is the effect for the students? We will check it. I will switch role to students, and here we can see that as a student right now, I'm a student right now, I cannot check on this activity completion box. But for the other box that below this box, this is a solid line box that students can manually mark the activity as complete. I can just click on it. Okay, so how if I want to be marked complete for this item, I have to really click the class introductions like this. And if I go back and see, okay, I have been checked complete for the class introductions. That's how it works for the activity completion box. And the interesting part is, if you want to check, I will return to my normal role first. Okay, I want to click turn editing on first. Okay, so if I want to set the completions here for my assignment, it will also shows different requirement. Activity completions, I want to check show activity is complete when conditions are met, and I want to check that students has to view and student has to submit. So this is the difference. The activity completion item will be different in regards to the to the item that we want to set. For example, for assignment, it is very makes sense to give completion based on the submissions, not only by viewing the activity. And for the forum, it will show different completions as well, like whether they have to post or they have to reply, on how many posts or reply that they will have, and things like that. So this is a very great feature, a very great menu that I really encourage you as teacher to use it, so you really can make sure whether your item is really accessed by your students. And the nice thing about this activity completion is as a lecturer or as a teacher, we can just simply look at the activity completion report to see at a glance how our class works. We can go to report sections here and go to activity completion report. And here you can see the list of your students and the list of the items in your class, and you can see who already complete an activity or some activity, and even you can download it as well. So it is a very recommended feature in Moodle.